Mr. Neri has made a motion to suspend the rules to deal with item 7C11.
Go Adventure Forest.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I have a question. I'm sorry, I don't know if this is protocol or not, to ask this question, but will we do it before public participation?
Yes.
Not in favor.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carries 11-4. Mr. Sims?
10-4.
10 to 4.
10-4, I'm sorry. Mr. Sims?
Yes, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to table item 11, which is the zip line, till September 13th.
Till what date, I'm sorry?
September 13th?
September 13th. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Can we discuss?
So I just asked if there were further discussion.
He made a motion to table. As much as we like to discuss it,
There is no motion, there is no discussion on
as
a
much
motion
as
to
I'd
table.
like to
Thank you.
discuss it.
All in favor? Opposed? 10-4. The item is tabled until September 13th, 2016.
There you go, folks.
The reason that,
It means you wasted your night.
That's inappropriate for him.
I'm sorry, Richard, what did you say?
They wasted their night coming out.
Why can't you discuss this right now? You guys are all here. One's not accountable for it. Discuss it. We vote for you.
First of all,
Discuss the issue.
First of all, this is not public participation right now.
Doesn't matter. Then vote.
One more outbreak and we'll have you
I'm
removed.
leaving. Bureaucracy at its best.
Could you remove him from the item, from the office, please? Thank you. All right, the reason this was tabled was because the Common Council does not have enough information. It was in the paper today that there was not enough information to make a decision based on the fact that we had no contract. We have no information about exactly where it's going to be, and we didn't feel that pushing it through or voting it down right now would be appropriate because we don't have that information. So now, excuse me. So now we're going to have public participation. Public participation will preclude, because this is no longer an item on the agenda, it will preclude any discussion on it. We apologize for any inconvenience, but we felt it was the appropriate thing to do if we didn't feel that we had enough information to make an informed decision. So if you'll call the public.
Mayor?
Is there anybody here to speak on any item other than the zip line who was signed up?
Mr. Mayor,
Mr. Hempstead.
our council rules say that the public can speak for 3 minutes for anything that's on the agenda. Even though it may have been tabled, it is on the agenda. So I don't know why these people in the audience can't speak. I don't understand that.
Mr. Capola?
Council rules. If it's been tabled, then it's no longer on the agenda. I mean, I understand it's on the
It
printed.
is on the agenda.
It's on the printed version of the agenda that was here when we started the meeting, but when it gets tabled, it's then off the agenda. And the reason for that is, quite frankly, to have significant discussion about an item that's not on the agenda isn't appropriate for a variety of reasons. The council can't do anything, and to have people spend their time giving testimony regarding an item that won't be considered now for, 6, 8 months, doesn't make a lot of sense.
Why would it be on the agenda to begin with? You don't mind me asking.
It was,
Any further comments from the council?
Just for the record, I disagree with the ruling.
So noted.
What about my 900 people on with it?
So is there anybody here that wishes to speak on an item other than the treetop adventure or the zip line that has signed up or who has not signed up? Ms. Goldstein, did you sign up?
I did. I believe I'm number 4 on page 2 of the signs.
Yes.
I'd like to address the agenda item public comment. It's unfortunate that all of these people came out tonight to discuss an item that was going to be tabled.
Thank you. Councilman Igneri has just indicated, along with Councilman Sims, that there will be, prior to this coming back to the council, a public hearing for everybody to come out and voice their opinion one way or the other regarding the proposal. Again, because this item is not going to even appear on the agenda until the September 13th meeting, which is the second Tuesday in September. And there is no proposal by the vendor as to where it's definitely going to be right now. And we have no contract indicating what the particular details of the proposal will be. In order for us, again, to make that informed decision, we would have to have that information available to us. And we don't make these kinds of decisions normally. If you recall, the last time we tabled, as Mr. Hempstead asked us to table the issue with the ice rink over at Vets Park, because we did not have a contract that was ready for review and ready for forwarding for my signature. So, again, is there anybody here that wishes to speak on an item other than the zip line? Mr. Sarasis?
I just feel that I brought to the attention of all my counterparts here that I also felt it was unfair, even though a petition was circulated for 40 days, after the last meeting that we had in Recreation and Parks, I noticed immediately quite a few invalid names. I also thought that it was unfair to accept any petition from either side because of the fact that the people that were opposed from it may have so many invalid signatures on there that you would need a little bit more time to validate those signatures. Just as the library did for the development behind it. They've circulated a petition online and in person, and what they did was they validated all the signatures on there as being taxpayers of Norwalk, and then they transferred all of those names that were validated to an Excel sheet that would make it easier for us to be able to make a decision and see exactly what the citizens of Norwalk want. So for me, whether I'm for it or against it does not matter, and I'm not speaking for anyone else here, but I felt that that's important to the people that oppose it more than the people that are for it, because of the fact that there was no validation to it. There were handwritten ones, and just by the naked eye, I could pull out 38 to 40 names that were invalid. So I just wanted to add that I brought that to the attention and added that. Thank you, Mr. Rivera.
Thank you.
For giving me the opportunity to say that.
Is there any other person that wishes to speak on an item other than the Treetop Adventure, better known as the zip line?
Mr. Mayor, on the list, and I'd like to speak.
Are you, Anna, what do you?
I signed up and I would like to speak to public participation as Ms. Goldstein has the right to do.
Are you going to speak on the zip line?
I'm going to speak on the process of public participation
Please step up.
tonight
Please
as
step
reflected
up.
on the agenda. I think as basic courtesy to all of the people who came out, if you were planning, and of course I know that you knew ahead of time that you were going to table this, you could have waited until after public participation for people to speak. Ms. Goldstein put it very well. It's a shame that people came out tonight, but process-wise, how dare you? And you brought it up. I do want to just comment on something that Mr. Sarasa said. I was debating whether or not I was going to say in my comments tonight about the agenda item that it no longer exists on the agenda, whether I was going to talk about how creeped out I was when I saw an email to all of you talking about how a certain number of the signatures came from the same IP address. Who has time to look up something like that? I was thoroughly creeped out, but I thought it would be less than decorous to talk about, and we should keep to the meat of the item as to whether it's the right course or the wrong course. So I cannot express to you how deeply, deeply disappointed I am that you showed such disrespect for my neighbors, whether they agree with me or disagree with me. Wait until it's your time to take action like tabling something that cuts off communication between all of you. Because as I recall, a motion to table is not up for discussion according to the rules of this council. So I think next time when you have the public hearing, do what you're going to do, but give everybody who voted for you, who you are here on behalf of, the chance to tell you what they think before you go and screw them. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the minutes for the regular meeting of March 8th, 2016. Do I have a motion? Mr. Sims moves. Any corrections, deletions, or additions? Mr. Hempstead.
Mr. Mayor,
George?
just a point of personal privilege, I don't know how else I'm scoping this right. It's just that you indicated something that is not what happened on the vote for the ice rink. I did move to table it because there was conflicting information as backup for the ice rink. The motion to table failed. Subsequently, questions were asked, and then a motion was put into effect that scoped out what we wanted the law department to put in to the contract. That is what was voted on, all right? And this could have been done with this project too, but I did not, I'm painting a picture, well, that's what Doug did last time, it's not quite right. I
No, you
moved
were,
it, but the information not clear.
what I said was you voted to table it the last time. I didn't say whether it passed or failed,
Right.
but in essence, it was taken back to the law department because it was not voted on that evening, except to take it to the.
I agree,
So,
but
yeah.
the
So
decision
I-
of what was going in the contract.
My comment was accurate when I said you voted to table.